20 mind-blowing psychology facts about one-sided love. Are you in a relationship and want to know whether your spouse loves you as much as you love them? Here are 20 psychological truths regarding one-sided love that you should know. It's sad, irritating, and upsetting to be in love with someone who doesn't reciprocate your feelings. Marriages, friendships, and relationships are all susceptible to this. Unrequited love is highly prevalent, according to a study, and it is not worth investing in. Being in a one-sided relationship or being rejected by someone you love may lead to a variety of negative feelings, including melancholy, frustration, and guilt. You must keep in mind that it is not your fault, and you must not let it define you or your future relationships. Continue reading to learn the warning signs and facts about one-sided relationships. Please keep in mind that emotional swings, poor self-esteem, anxiety, and exhilaration are all indicators of a one-sided relationship. As a result, if you're suffering from long-term effects like sadness or guilt, we urge seeking treatment. Communication. You will always be the first to begin a discussion with your spouse if you are in a one-sided relationship. This is because he or she is uninterested in you and is unconcerned with your viewpoints. If he or she seems relieved by your quiet after a day without beginning a dialogue, walk on. Texting or checking up. If you're the one who constantly messages or calls your lover, you're in a one-sided relationship. Give him or her a day or two to think about it and see if he or she calls or checks in on you. If they don't change their ways. Perfection. Regardless of how they make you feel, how they seem, or how they treat you, you believe your sweetheart is wonderful. No matter how horrible their acts make you feel, you always find an explanation for them. In response, they criticize everything you do. Move on if you keep hearing that you never do things correctly. Priority. They are constantly first in your thoughts. Your lover is on your mind when you wake up, during the day, and before you go to bed. You prioritize them in all you do. Move on if you are constantly last. He or she is always too busy. You hear the phrase rain check too frequently, or you have a persistent sensation of neglect. Feeling drained. If you're suddenly physically and emotionally exhausted, it might be a sign that you're constantly on the receiving end of the relationship. It's placing you under a lot of stress, and you need to quit. Remember that you are as essential and deserving of love. Get out of here. Imaginary conversations. Always picturing yourself having a chat with him or her that feels so much better than actual conversations. It might indicate that your partner is bothered by something, but it's more often a symptom of one-sided love. Loyalty. You will be a loyal component of the relationship if you love your spouse more than they love you. You will be rewarded for your loyalty, but don't expect the same in return. Seeing them in everything. Do you find yourself seeing your husband's face in others' faces or hearing their name in your head? When you're in love with someone, you'll see them everywhere, hear their voice in your brain all the time, and reasonable thinking will be your worst enemy. Rejection. When you are in a one-sided relationship, you will often be rejected. Even little gestures, such as offering your assistance with anything, will be refused. This is because they don't want to be with you and may see you as inquisitive or nerve-wracking. Get out of here. Mind trick. Did you know that trying to deceive your mind into forgetting about someone makes you miss them much more? Try it out and let us know what you think in the comments section. Can't have them. According to research, you are more likely to fall in love with someone with whom you have no chance. So sort your cards and do some soul searching. Walking on eggshells. According to studies, being in a one-sided relationship makes you feel like you're continually walking on eggshells. Every action you do results in a fight. Nothing you do will ever be adequate, and you will constantly sense animosity from your lover. Feeling unhappy. According to studies, a happy and satisfying relationship is the result of a healthy partnership. Unhappiness is one of the first indicators of a broken or one-sided relationship. If you're dissatisfied with your relationship, it's necessary to take a step back and assess your situation. Apologizing. Are you continually making excuses for things you shouldn't be? Self-guilt and poor self-esteem are common side effects of one-sided relationships. Constant blame, a lack of reciprocation, and your partner's attention all contribute to this. Keep in mind that if someone cares about you, they want you to be happy. Justify his or her behavior. If you're always attempting to excuse your partner's actions to your family and friends, you should consider the fundamental problem. When someone loves and respects you, they will also love and respect your friends and family. Your partner's disrespect and lack of interest in your loved ones is a powerful signal of his or her lack of interest in you. Ask for small favors. Do you find yourself requesting minor favors from your spouse regularly? If you have to ask your spouse to make you a cup of coffee while he is preparing his own, or if you need a handkerchief because you have a runny nose, it means you've been neglected. Trying to take on a different persona. Is it necessary to pretend to be someone you're not while you're with your lover for him or her to be interested in you? If that's the case, it's because he or she doesn't care about you. Love is colorless, borderless, and devoid of bounds. When someone cares about you, they care about you. They will adore you regardless of your shortcomings, or even if you are having a poor hair day. Wanting the best for them. When you're in a one-sided relationship, you'll wish your spouse was happy, even if they aren't pleased with you. Perfect scenarios. When you're in love with someone who doesn't reciprocate your feelings, you'll constantly anticipate wonderful scenarios involving you and that person, even though you know it won't happen. Destroyed mentally. According to psychology, individuals should never get too connected to someone until they are positive that the other person feels the same way about them. If they don't, you could lose your mind. Please keep in mind that you will never be able to make someone love you just because you love them. If you're continuously giving everything you've got in a relationship and receiving nothing in return, it's time to take a look at yourself. You now have a better understanding of the psychological aspects of one-sided love. If you enjoyed watching this video, please share it with your friends, and I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments section below. Until next time, stay safe and awesome.